Death, man's most mysterious and inevitable reality. Does death mean the end of life, or does it merely open the door to another life, another dimension, or another world? Is there life after death, or have we come by chance? If we reincarnate, are we born instantaneously or slowly? Can other living beings, like animals, reincarnate in human bodies? Can man appear as an animal? If so, how and why? Do we reincarnate forever, or does it end somewhere? Can we control our future incarnations? How? Do good and evil actions play a role in determining our next body? What is the relationship between karma and reincarnation? Reincarnation is not a belief system, a theory, or a psychological device for escaping the grim finality of death, but a precise science that explains our past and future lives. Who are we? Where have we come from? Modern scientists say that the universe came from a Big Bang. A huge explosion from which the simplest of the bacteria species evolved to become man. The theory of evolution. But if this is true, then why is there no proper explanation or evidence to prove the theory? Where are the missing links between the species? How can man come from monkeys? How can a frog, after 40 million years, become a man? If everything evolves and changes continuously and gradually, how do all the species simultaneously exist? And why does evolution come to a sudden halt on man? Where do we go from here? The scientists say the universe came by chance and life from chemicals. Sir Isaac Newton, one of the most renowned scientists of all times, once created a model of the universe. When his colleague asked him how he had made the model, Newton said he woke up that morning to see that the model was lying there. Seeing the complexity involved, Newton's friend laughed at him and refuted, saying, "How can the model exist on its own?" Newton replied, "If this model cannot just exist on its own, how this entire universe, with its ultimate complexities and perfection, can exist by chance?" Darwin himself says, "To suppose that the eye could have come by chance seems to be absurd to the highest degree." In our modern society, when people are out of touch with nature and traditional wisdom, they consider it fashionable to ridicule and only to believe in what they see, touch, and measure, or as the saying goes, seeing is believing. But when man endeavors to understand something beyond the scope of material senses, beyond instruments of measurement, and beyond the capacity of mind, then there is only one way to approach a higher source of knowledge. The Vedas. Let us think, which part of the body am I? Am I the hands, the legs, the eyes, the brain, the mind, the heart? A child grows to a boy, to an adult, to an old man. Through all this time, although the body is getting older, we feel ourselves to be the same person. How and why? Have you thought, what is the difference between a living body and a dead one? The difference is the living force. The Vedas say this living force is the soul which never feels older. Now let us think logically. If I never change, even once, when the body changes from childhood to old age, then how can I, the soul, suddenly die? The Bhagavad Gita says, "For the soul, there is neither birth nor death at any time. He has not come into being, does not come into being, and will not come into being. He is unborn, eternal, ever-existing and primeval. He is not slain when the body is slain." Now if I don't die, then what happens to me? The scriptures say that we accept new bodies. As the embodied soul continuously passes in this body from boyhood to youth to old age, the soul similarly passes into another body at death. So we accept a new body. Now there are 8.4 million types of body forms, from the bodies of aquatics, plants, insects, birds, reptiles, animals, and humans. So we can accept a body in any one of these forms. Now what decides my new body? Can I choose it? The answer is karma, or your actions today decide your new body, and you decide your actions. Suppose that you sow a seed. It takes some time for it to grow into a tree. Similarly, your actions today are determining your next body. Whatever state of being one remembers when he quits his body, that state he will attain. It is you who decide your next body by your actions today. No one can break this law because everyone is completely controlled by these laws, and you are no exception. Yet, the Bhagavad Gita gives us the secret of relieving our karmic reactions by remembrance of the Supreme Lord, Sri Krishna. To remember the Supreme Lord is made very easy in this age of Kali, by the simple method of chanting the holy names of God, especially the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. This process was demonstrated by the Supreme Lord himself, who advented in this age of Kali Yuga as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and established the religion for this age as the congregational chanting of the holy names of God. This chanting requires no special qualifications and no strict rules and regulations. Yet one can derive the highest benefit of reuniting with God by returning to the original abode, Goloka Vrindavan, where there is no coming back to this material world of repeated birth and death.